I recently came back from a work trip, and I want to tell you how that trip went because it was pretty good. I got to see places that I've never seen before. It was an international flight, but I also made one critical mistake that almost resulted in you guys potentially never seeing me again. At least that's how I look at it. So I'll talk a little bit about that towards the end. You might hear that I'm a little bit sick. Since I've been back, I don't know. I probably caught something on the plane. It was a 9.5 hour flight. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I also want to give you guys kind of some updates with school and where I am and kind of the videos that are going to be coming out. I told you guys that at some point in Q4, I was going to have to take an international trip somewhere, a work trip, but I didn't tell you guys exactly when, nor did I tell you where I was going. And the reason why was specifically just for my security and privacy. I tend to not give people too much information, especially not when I'm not going to be home or when I'm leaving, something like that. Instead, if I have any like pictures and videos, or if I'm going to make a video like this, I will do it once I get back. First, I'll talk about some of the school updates because if you guys are brand new to the channel, most of the videos on this channel are talking about me going to school, whether it was for my bachelor's degree or the MBA in IT management that I'm doing right now. So I'll talk about that a little bit and then we can talk about the other stuff. As far as my school updates are concerned, the actual classes that I finished hasn't really changed since my last update video. I still have 6 classes done and 5 classes left. Now, in terms of the videos that I was supposed to make, I really wanted to make at least the first term videos and post them before I left. I actually made 2 of the videos. Only one of them went live. The other video did not. So I can at least pretty much guarantee you that tomorrow I will put the other video to be live. What I usually do is I make the video, but then I will let the video sit and process and wait till it's fully processed so that when I hit, go live or whatever, you guys can immediately see the HD version. In this particular case, though, I just didn't set it to go live and I ended up going on the trip and that was that. So sorry, still behind on those, but you will get those videos. In terms of where I actually am, though, I'm still working on C207 data-driven decision making. There's not much for me to say here. I am really struggling with this class. Now, to be clear, yes, I've been gone for a little bit. So, while I was on that trip, I wasn't doing any schoolwork. Kind of made a promise to myself that I wouldn't do it. So it's not like I've been working the entire time, but still, I got access to that class over a month ago, and I have been working on it consistently outside of the trip. But I'm still not done, and I don't feel confident at all that I'm going to pass that OA. It's something about data-driven decision-making, specifically probability and statistics, that it's difficult for me to comprehend it. I don't know why. This isn't the first time, but that's what it is. So this class currently is my kryptonite. It's really, really slowing me down, but slowing me down is not completely stopping me. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but if you guys are looking for an update, that's what it is. I'm working on this class, still working on it, still pushing through, and hopefully I'll be able to finish this class by the end of the month. I don't know if that's actually going to happen because, again, I still feel like I have a lot to learn. I'm not really retaining the information, but my goal is going to be to finish it by the end of the month. This puts me a little bit behind schedule because I really wanted to kind of finish 2 classes per month to kind of round out the fourth quarter. I did really, really good in September, but October, not so much. Instead of finishing 2 classes, I might not even finish 1. So it's not the end of the world. What I'm going to have to do is just kind of pivot a little bit, and I'll probably have to put in a little bit more work in November and December. Still technically on schedule to finish within 1 term. I just need to change things around a little bit and put a little bit more time into the classes and the areas that I'm struggling with. On another topic, I guess I'll quickly talk about weight just a little bit here. I was actually surprised that I didn't gain anything while I was gone. That was pretty cool. It's probably because of like the different quality of food that I ate while I was international versus the really, really bad stuff that I eat here in the US. But that's not specifically the part that I want to talk about. Next week, a video game comes out. It's one of my favorite childhood top 3 RPGs of all time called Star Ocean 2, and the game's being remastered, remade, whatever, and I am super, super excited to play it. Why am I telling you this? Because this is the perfect time for me to work on my weight. So I wasn't really going to tell you guys what I was planning on doing until I was 100% sure that I was going to do it. And I'm not 100% sure yet that I'm going to, but I'm going to tell you just a tiny bit of what my plan is. I'll know for sure next week, and you guys will too, if I'm actually going to do this, because I'm definitely taking off to play the game. I've already requested days off. We're good to go there. But the thing is that I'm talking about water fasting. If you've never heard of water fasting, the shortest version is you are consuming nothing but water. You consume 0 calories per day, and it's something that a lot of people will consider to be extreme, but it's actually something that I have done multiple times in my life, and I've had positive experiences every single time. If I decide to actually go through with this, because there's a lot of mental stuff I got to go through to prepare for it. So if it is something that I decide to do, I would like to make a whole separate video and talk about kind of how I've done it in the past, what my results were, how many days I'm planning on doing it for, that type of thing. I really need to take more time to break it down in a way that you guys are going to understand. Because again, if you've never heard of it, it's going to sound crazy. But again, I've done it multiple times for multiple days at a time. And there are some very interesting benefits that come with it. It's not all just weight loss. There are a lot of really, really good things that I have seen come out of it when I come out of a water fast. So anyways, that's just kind of the weight part of it. We'll see what happens next week. But for the moment, that's that. And lastly, I just want to talk a little bit about the work trip that I had and kind of my experiences flying internationally again. So yeah, I was presented with the opportunity to go to Ireland, specifically Limerick, Ireland. And it was an opportunity to meet with the team, do some things over there. And of course, while I didn't have to go, there was no way I was going to turn down the opportunity. So I took it. And to be honest with you, it was a wonderful experience. Ireland is great. The people are great. Everybody's extremely nice. As far as the food is concerned, most of the food is good. There are a couple of things that I didn't like. One of the things that I didn't like was their burgers. I think that the meat had a weird taste to it. I'm not sure what type of meat it was. I think it was beef, but it just tasted a little bit different. I've never tasted burgers like that before. So I didn't like that. And then the other one was black pudding. I just thought it was a regular sausage that was really, really burned. That is not what that is. It's not my picture, but I'll put a picture up there. If you've never seen black pudding before, it's basically a sausage, except I didn't find out until, hours later after I had ate it, that one of the main ingredients is like pig's blood. And that made me go, oh man, okay, maybe I should ask before I try something. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the best, but once I ate it once, I was like, that's not really for me. Even though I didn't really enjoy those two, there was other foods that I liked. And overall, I've really, really enjoyed the experience of just trying out different cultures' foods. Nothing was like nasty to the point that it made me sick later on. So as far as I'm concerned, we're all good. I also got a chance to try their beer. Their main beer, I think, is called Guinness. And I drank a pint of Guinness. I also drank a little bit of their wine. I don't know if it was a local wine or just any type of wine. I'm not really an alcohol drinker at all. Like, I don't drink. It's just how it is. I will tell people that I'm kind of a social drinker, but I mean, I don't think I've really had any alcohol in probably like 5-10 years. Like, I just don't drink. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't think it's bad that you shouldn't drink or anything like that. For me, I just don't like the taste of alcohol. Even when I used to drink, it wasn't anything nearly as much as I've seen other people drink. Like I would usually drink like really fruity things like Hypnotic and Smirnoff. Those were probably the two that I drank the most. But I'll go and hang out with friends and I mean, they'll just order like shots of something super strong. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't do it. You guys have fun. I don't want the video to get super long, so I will keep this next part kind of short, but I do want to tell you kind of the big thing that happened that almost got me stuck in Limerick, like, as far as I'm concerned, permanently. And what happened was it was time for me to leave. I needed to take a taxi like 25 to 30 minutes to the Shannon airport. And we got all the way over there. And when I went to pay my taxi cab driver, I couldn't find my cards. I had my passport, my Georgia license, my credit cards, debit card, cash, the keys to unlock my safe, and my suitcase and my backpack. Like, everything was in one pouch, and I could not find that pouch. What ended up happening was I called the hotel. The hotel was like, hey, yeah, somebody found it on the ground outside and turned it in. And so we rushed back. I looked inside, everything was still in there, and luckily I was able to pay the taxi cab driver, which, by the way, the total of that taxi cab ride there, back, and there again was over €200, which was a lot of money. But I was able to pay him, and I was able to luckily get out of Ireland. I absolutely loved Ireland, and I will definitely go back. Again, this was a work trip, so it's not like I could do a ton of sightseeing and exploring. We did go to a lot of different pubs and things, but it was one of those situations where honestly it was a work trip, which caused me to go to Limerick instead of, if I was on a vacation, I probably would have went to Dublin, which Dublin, it's on the other side of Ireland, but that's also where the US Embassy was. So if I would have truly lost my passport and not been able to find it, I would have had to try to find my way over to Dublin. And I mean, if you can imagine just being anywhere outside of your home country and you don't have your passport, that is extremely scary. I mean, they can just detain you immediately. And I mean, if you're in the US, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I mean, I know we have like detainment camps and stuff, so I can just imagine what some other countries might be like. I don't think that Ireland would be that bad or that harsh, but you just never know. And I was super nervous. One last thing before I wrap up the video, there was no straight flight from Atlanta to Ireland, so I had to go through London, and I had a 3-hour layover on the way there, so I really didn't get a chance to do much. But on the way back, I was stuck in London for 7 hours. So I took that time to, make sure I could find my terminal, because the Heathrow airport is absolutely huge. But I was able to store my bags and things, and I just hopped on the train and I just, started going around. I ended up going to Paddington, which I've actually never seen the Harry Potter movies or the books, but I know there's something about you needing to get in between like 2 train stations or something like that. I can't remember. But anyways, I'm going to show you a picture that I took of the Paddington station, because it's just, it's absolutely amazing. Like it looked so cool. And the picture that I'm going to show you just doesn't do it justice. Like I was just completely in awe when I was there. It was super busy. There was crazy amounts of people there, but it was just really nice to see. And I got to walk around a little bit around the area. I was there for, I don't know, maybe an hour or two. And I just got to see all the different cultures and everything, because Ireland, while I definitely liked Ireland, I'm not going to lie to you, I counted how many black people I saw. I saw 3. There were 3 black people the entire time I was there. London had everybody, like every single race you can think of. In the short time that I was there, I saw everybody. It's like an extreme amount of people and an extreme amount of diversity, but of course in a good and positive way. So I thought that was really cool. I would love to spend more time in London. Obviously, I couldn't do a whole lot because it was just a layover flight, but I enjoyed the time I was there because I've never been there before either, and it was really cool. But yeah, that's about it. I could talk for over an hour about the just different experiences and things that I saw while I was there, but I don't want to, spend too much time on that. My throat still really hurts, and I should probably not be talking this much anyways. So, I'll pretty much just leave it there. As far as next steps are concerned, I'm pretty much just going to be using this week to focus on this data-driven decision-making class. I'm going to try to get it done before the first. We'll see what happens. Of course, I have other videos that I need to put out for the classes that I've already finished, so you guys will be getting those. And then next week, at least kind of the end of next week, we'll see if I do the water fast or not. I'm still not 100% sure I'm going to. Again, I need to mentally prepare for that, but you guys will know if I'm doing it or not, because I'll either make a video about it or I won't. So that'll be that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are my updates. You guys take care, and I will see you on my next video.